Once upon a time, in a kingdom where crowns weighed heavier than hearts, there was a love born in the shadows, a prince sworn to a throne, a noblewoman bound to duty, and a masquerade where two souls collided against the will of destiny. Their love would ignite passion, spark betrayal, and alter the fate of an entire kingdom. The night sky burned with torches, as the king hosted the grand masquerade ball. Inside the gilded ballroom, nobles in jeweled masks twirled beneath chandeliers of gold. Lady Seraphina Vailmont entered quietly. Her gown shimmered with deep sapphire silk, her long raven hair falling over a silver mask. She did not come to dance, nor to be seen. But then her gaze fell upon him, Prince Lucien of Alvaron, tall, with dark curls falling carelessly around a golden mask, a crimson cloak upon his broad shoulders, his eyes searching, until they landed on hers. They danced, at first polite and measured, but soon their rhythm deepened, their whispers softened, their laughter carried danger. When midnight struck, they slipped into the candlelit garden. The air was heavy with roses. Lucien removed his mask, his eyes filled with vulnerability. Seraphina trembled, lifting hers as well. In that moment, the world beyond the hedges ceased to exist. Days passed, yet both thought only of each other. In hidden corridors, in moonlit chapels, they met. Lucien recited lines of forgotten poetry. Seraphina strummed her lute, her voice soft as starlight. They laughed as children once did, chasing shadows across marble halls. But every kiss, every touch, was rebellion. For Lucien was promised to Princess Ilara of Veron, beautiful, cold, and merciless. And Seraphina was courted by Lord Dorian, a wealthy duke who sought her hand, to restore her family's honor. Their love grew, but so did the danger. Whispers spread through the court. Lord Dorian's suspicion sharpened. He cornered Seraphina in the library, his grip cruel on her wrist. "You will be mine," he hissed, "or you will be ruined." Princess Ilara watched Lucien closely. His absences, his excuses, her pride burned like fire. The king, frail and ill, summoned his son. "Your duty is the crown. Love is for peasants. A king must never choose his heart over his throne." Yet Lucien and Seraphina's love only deepened. In the tower high above the kingdom, they shared their first true night of passion. But outside, enemies plotted. At dawn, Lord Dorian followed them. He saw the kiss, the embrace, the promise of forever. He stormed into the council chamber. "The heir disgraces us all," he thundered, "bedding a woman unfit for the crown." The king's fury shook the walls. Seraphina was dragged away, accused of treason. Lucien was locked in his chambers, forbidden to see her again. Princess Ilara came to him, her smile sharp as steel. "You will marry me," she whispered, "or your beloved will hang." But Lucien would not surrender. With the help of Sir Aldric, his most loyal knight, he escaped the palace. Together they broke into Seraphina's tower. Through hidden tunnels, they fled into the storm. For one night, they lived freely. They danced in the rain-soaked streets, laughed in crowded taverns, held one another, not as prince and noblewoman, but as Lucien and Seraphina. But dawn betrayed them. The king's soldiers found them. Seraphina was seized once more. Lucien dragged back in chains. The king's illness worsened. The coronation came sooner than expected. The crown, heavy with jewels, was placed before Lucien. "Choose," the king croaked, "the throne or the girl." Seraphina stood in the crowd, her wrists bruised, her eyes shining with tears. Lord Dorian smirked. Princess Ilara's gaze was cold, unyielding. Lucien lifted the crown. The court held its breath. And then, he let it fall. The jewels scattered across the marble floor. "I would rather be a man with her," he said, "than a king without her." Chaos erupted. Ilara screamed. Dorian drew his blade. Guards stormed forward. But Sir Aldric cut a path through the hall. Lucien seized Seraphina's hand. And together, they ran one final time. They vanished into the wilderness. The heir and his forbidden love, gone without a trace. Years later, travelers whispered of a cottage in the mountains, where music drifted through the night, where a man with dark curls, and a woman with raven hair, lived in peace. The throne of Alvaron passed to another. Wars rose and fell, but their story remained. 4 kingdoms crumble, and thrones fall. But love, true love, is eternal, and so their tale became legend, not of crowns, nor of kings, but of 2 souls who chose each other, even when the world stood against them. For what is power, if not to love freely? What is a kingdom, if empty of heart? Once upon a time, they chose love. And that, dear listener, is a story that will live forever. And so, their love endured not in shadows, but beneath the light of destiny itself. Through betrayal, through sacrifice, and through the cruel trials of a kingdom, they chose each other again and again. Their story reminds us that true love cannot be silenced, not by power, nor by fear, nor by time itself. If this tale has touched your heart, remember to share it so others may feel its flame. Subscribe for more timeless stories of love, sacrifice, and destiny. Until we meet again, may your own story be filled with courage, hope, and a love that never fades.